Hello YouTubers, my name is Keejchen and welcome to Astrologaster. Astrologaster is a story-driven comedy game set in Renaissance London where we play a doctor who cures his patients by reading the stars, astrology. It's developed by Yum Yum Studios. I've been giving a review copy for free to show you this game. It's quite new as far as I understand. It's also a musical, by the way, and honestly, I played it a little bit already, but we'll be starting a new game, of course. This game is just so good. I'm gonna let it slide, and it's also a sing-along, but I promise you there'll be no singing from me. I don't want to ruin the talent of the game. So let's just roll in here. Starting a new game will reset your current process, absolutely. Alright, let's dive in.
Long ago in England in 1592, there begins our tale, and all of it is true. Through all of London bubonic plague did spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
Yeah, so here we go, and there's a little star here, because it might not all of it be true. I expect we'll be doing a full playthrough in this game. This is, I think this is so well produced. It's not often we get like real good games with a lot of games have good music, but this is good singing as well, and I think that's kind of rare. All right, so I'll let it roll.
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery.
But one brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled, might not have been because he was too sick to leave his bed.
We might be sick ourselves. It's during the bubonic plague, so yeah. That's not Renaissance. It kind of is. Yeah, whatever.
Alas, 'tis my final hour. I will surely die. I am too far gone to recover, and for the plague there is no cure. Unless a cure might be found in the stars.
Of course. So, we can click, here's the menu, alright, and this button up here is the letters of recommendation. We'll learn more about this later. So here it says, choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. How might I be cured of the plague? There's only one choice. Should Forman use this reading? I have the plague, characterized by a loss of appetite, immoderate thirst, and pus-filled swellings behind the ears, in the armpits, and in the groin. Yikes. These symptoms of a fever provoked by excess sanguinity in the liver. So we can choose here Sagittarius, the ruler of the liver. Jupiter domicile in Sagittarius. This indicates a severe imbalance of the blood humor. Let's select this one. You chose Sagittarius.
Let me see now. According to the stars, the way to cure the plague is to treat the fever it provokes. Oh, can it be true? Might a disease so monstrous as the plague be cured by treating it as if it were an exceeding bad fever? Then I must use powerful herbs to bring the fever to crisis and break it. Let me see now. Angelica and dandelion for heat, borage to provoke sweating, infuse them in wine, strain and distill the mixture to produce a most powerful strong water. Huzzah! I am cured!
Huzzah!
I shall now go forth with my miraculous strong water to cure all London of the plague.
Case summary. Querent Simon Forman. We are in 1592 to at 16 o'clock. How might I be cured of the plague? I judged my plague symptoms as being provoked by a fever. I invented a new kind of strong water to cure it. Current case history 1. Alright. Letters of recommendation, we have 0 out of 100. This querent, that is ourselves, will return for another consultation, so we have considered ourselves our own first patient. I shall cure Londoners of the plague, so wondrous will be my work that plays and songs will be writ in my honor. Case in point.
Forman made a plague cure and used it on himself, then left his house to restore Londoners to health.
Huzzah! 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 Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Simon Forman, he cured us of the plague, 'tis true.
Some details are a little vague, but we know he used astrology and doses of water, so what is he wrote out a proper licensed doctor?
Indeed. And this is Astrologaster. This was the introduction.
Here comes a lady queer and a little warily. Her name is Avis Allen, what can her trouble be?
Indeed. The songing, I suspect the singing will go on through the entire game. And like I said, I want to do a full playthrough of this game because I want to see everything. So let's turn a little page and see where this goes.
How may I?
You Mr. Forman? Mr. Simon Forman, the doctor?
Aye, madam, I am indeed Doctor Simon Forman. I bid you welcome to my consulting chambers. Mistress...
Allen, Mistress Avis Allen of Lambeth.
Pray tell me your age, if you please, madam.
I am 33 years of age.
And how might I do you service this day, Mr. Allen? Pray describe your troubles to me.
Well, the pain started full late last eve upon retiring to bed. Not that I am in the habit of retiring so late, but my husband did desire a special supper of cold meats to celebrate and give thanks in any case, it started in the night and it continued until dawning. That being the pain in my head and the chundering.
A moment whilst I make note of this. Headache and involuntary purging. Is that all?
Aye, that is all. And thinking on it, my complaint to seem most trifling, and you are doubtless busy with important cases. Oh, like the plague! Yea, verily, mayhap I should not have come after all. Good day, Dr. Forman. I beseech you pardon me, for I have wasted your time.
Prithee, do not go, for I assure you, madam, your case verily is important to me. And 'tis important to you, is it not, Mistress Allen? Else you would not have come this day.
Well, aye.
Let us consult the stars now then, shall we? What is the cause of Mistress Allen's suffering?
Alright, so let's see if we can figure out what happened to Mistress Allen. Choose one zodiac to diagnose the condition. I was up all night with headache and chundering. What caused my suffering? This time we have two choices. So we have... Mrs. Allen's troubles have been provoked by anxious passions associated with her being with child. This is one diagnosis, so this indicates a disturbance of the mind, ruler of the reproductive system, Scorpio. Or we can choose Mrs. Allen is suffering from evil digestion, Cancer, ruler of the stomach. This suggests a mild imbalance of black bile in the body. And she did say that she was up all night with her husband and that they were celebrating something. You know, she could be with child. But if that's so new, I would suspect, and this is a little cheating because I've already done this first part, but I swear this is the only one I've done. She ate some cold meats, like raw meat, and that's not good for the belly. So she was up all night excavating her.
It appears you are suffering from evil digestion. 'Twas doubtless engendered by corrupt meats. Mayhap the cold meats you took for supper.
Verily?
Why, yes. My chart shows that Saturn is in Cancer at this moment. Cancer rules the stomach, and Saturn is the ruler of black bile. 'Tis a mild imbalance of black bile that is the cause of your suffering. And now you have purged it, you have merely to keep to your bed for a day and to rest.
The bile? Do you think, might it have done ill to my unborn child?
Ah, then I take it you believe you are with child. Mayhap 'twas the reason for your celebration last even? Pray tell, how long has it been since your monthly courses?
Aye, sir, I do believe it. For it has been 14 weeks since my courses, and yesterday I did even feel the child quicken. In truth, 'tis the reason I am come, not on my own account, and not even then, if my situation were ordinary. I have been with child before, you see, but 'tis never. And Mr. Allen, and I do pray this one will be born alive. Dr. Forman, prithee speak true. Have I killed our child? Have I killed this child as well?
How now, madam? Speak not so of yourself. You are the child's mother. 'Tis you who gives life to the babe growing inside you. And verily, if mere chundering were to cause grave harm when a woman is with child, why, then full half my feminine querence would be barren.
I'm sorry. 'Tis just that I am...
Dear lady, would God have spared you from the plague if 'twas not his plan for you to have this child?
I own 'tis. Yes, doubtless God does have plans for me. How very kind you are, Mr. Doctor Forman. I thank ye, and fare you well, sir.
Fare you well, Mistress Allen.
So, easy diagnosis. I'm a good doctor. Current, Avis Allen, November 1592. The current did present with symptoms of headache and involuntary upward perching. I judged the current as suffering from evil indigestion. Methinks the current was pleased with me for reading the reading I gave this day. And that gives us, 40 letters of recommendation out of 100. Fair enough. See case summary is just back here. What a kind man Dr. Forman is, also patient with me. So there's an element of probably telling patients what they want to hear a little bit, which we will endeavor to use going forward. So now we are moving into undiscovered territory for me, and I'm excited to see the rest here. A holy man arrives.
Good day, sir. You are Simon Forman, the physician, are you not? These are your rooms.
Indeed, I am he, and well met, sir. Be it Thomas Blagg I have the honour of welcoming into my humble consulting chambers, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral?
Indeed, 'tis I, Thomas Blagg. Though it is not upon church business that I come to you this day. 'Tis upon a matter of my own that I require counsel. I have lately been offered some very lucrative investment opportunities, and, well, it is said that God speaks to us through the stars, does he not?
Indeed he does. 'Tis well known that astrology is but a conduit for the word of God, as interpreted using scientifical means. And now, these investments of which you speak, pray tell of them, if you please.
2 merchant ships will shortly set sail on very lucrative trading expeditions. I do not possess the coin to invest in both. Hence, I must choose between them. And I must choose very wisely indeed. For sea voyages are most perilous, and if my ship were to founder or be captured by pirates, I would lose my entire investment.
Aye, forsooth, 'twould be most lamentable. To say nothing of the poor souls who might lose their lives.
Who are, naturally, the greater of my concerns.
Aye, naturally. And whither might these ships be bound?
The first is bound for the Spice Islands of the East. 'Tis a voyage to be undertaken by a ship named the Conquering Cherub. The other is the Pride of Yarmouth. She is to bring back sugar from the Americas. Have you now the information you require? Then perchance you may divine for me upon which of these 2 ships our Lord God has bestowed his divine blessing.
Aye, Dean Blagg, we may now consult the stars. Should Thomas Blagg invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub, or that of the Pride of Yarmouth?
Okay. Not a doctoring visit, but let's see what we can do. You choose a reading of the stars. Should I invest in the Conquering Cherub or the Pride of Yarmouth? Not sure what to do with this. The ship's name should evoke a child who is victorious in battle, the House of Children. This represents a victory. Okay. B, meanwhile, has 2 stars readings here. Black's investment in trading voyage will result in a change of fortune for him. House of Journeys. This represents a change in fortune. And the ship's name should evoke a woman who partakes in a marriage. The House of Marriage. This represents femininity. Journey, marriage, or children. The conquering cherub. The cherub is a child angel, or an angel type represented by a child with wings, as far as I'm aware. The pride of Yarmouth. I don't know the word Yarmouth at all, and I'm not intent on Googling it right now. So let's see here if I can divine anything. The journey and the marriage. A woman who partakes in a marriage. See, I don't see that anywhere, and the journey will result in a change of fortune. That would be nice for him, but I think the children one is the one we should go with for the cherub. So let's see if I'm right about that. You chose A.
The stars advise you to invest in the ship named the Conquering Cherub.
I see. And why is that?
Well, I have calculated that at this very hour, upon this very day, the planet Mars and the constellation Scorpio do both dwell in that part of the sky we call the House of Children. And, as it happens, Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, hence we may say that Mars is presently exalted.
Mars has been exalted by Scorpio, you say? And what might that mean?
When exalted, Mars represents victory. And so, with victory in the House of Children, we may read this as a victorious child. Ergo, the Conquering Cherub.
Ah, I see. For a cherub is a kind of child, is it not? In sooth, I do find the science of astrology verily fascinating. I thank you, Dr. Forman. You have been most helpful.
All right. Curran Thomas Black. The Curran did wish to know which of 2 trading expeditions would make the better investment. I did advise the Curran to invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub. Methinks that Curran was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. Alright. Only 20. It was very wise of me to come this day. Only a fool invests his money without first seeking counsel. Well, happy to be of service. Let's see who else comes by. Alright, let's see what Emma has to say.
Hello, sir. Pray tell, are these the consulting chambers of Simon Forman, Doctor of Astrology and Physic?
Indeed, 'tis I, Doctor Simon Forman. And your name, madam?
Emma Sharp of Shoreditch, sir. 25 years of age.
Welcome, Miss Sharp. And how may I do you service this day?
Well, 'tis a trifle delicate. A man has asked me to be his wife. A dear, kind man, but I fear you will think me cold, Dr. Forman.
There, madam, whatever is the matter?
Well, he is exceeding advanced in years. I do worry he may not be long for the world, and if he were to die, I do not think I could bear it. Verily, I would not. Indeed, methinks I would rather not marry him at all. Am I very heartless, Dr. Forman?
Nay, not in the
I'm
least,
guessing he's
madam.
like 40.
Your fears are most reasonable. A man in the winter of his life is indeed more likely to die. I assure you, madam, 'tis a medical fact. But methinks you wish to know whether this man be afflicted with a grave health condition, do you not? To wit, any ailment that might soon prove fatal?
Forsooth I do. That is my question precisely. Why, Dr. Forman, 'tis as if you have a gift for reading minds.
Merely the gift of logical surmise, madam. Let us see whether a judgment of the stars may calm your fears. Does Mr. What was your gentleman's name?
Mr. George Middleton, a wool merchant.
Does Mr. Middleton have any ailments that might hasten his death?
Forsooth, we shall find out. So this time we have 3 choices. Does George Middleton have any grave health condition? We didn't get anything about his age, but old age in this time could easily be 40 or maybe even 35. Who knows? That other lady was pregnant at age 33 and he didn't tell her that she was too old to have children, so maybe I'm a little presumptuous, but whatever. Let's go left to right. Mr. Middleton has been bewitched. This is the Aries ruler of the head. The enchantment may prove fatal. Uranus in retrograde. This suggests a mild enchantment cast by a witch. Oh. And Pluto in retrograde says this suggests the possibility of death. So we here are telling her that he might be cursed by a witch. Alright. Based on nothing related to his name or anything anyway. So we have Libra, ruler of the kidneys. So this is just a severe vertigo, a fear of heights. Mr. Middleton suffers from a dropping down of the piss, characterized by voluntary urination. Involuntary, sorry. In this, it is exacerbated when combined with his fear of heights. Alright, and I'm hovering over these things because before it highlighted stuff up top. So again, no connections to anything else here, so we will try to look at the final one. This one is Leo, ruler of the heart. We have Venus. This represents an imbalance of phlegm, which I honestly don't know what that means. Neptune, the illness cannot be cured. Saturn says it is in detriment in Leo. This suggests a mild imbalance of black bile. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion, a condition that may end in death. None of these are positive. We can't tell her that everything's gonna be alright. So let me see here. Ruler of the head. Ruler of the kidneys. And ruler of the heart. I wonder if there's something that I'm overlooking then. This fear of heights. So I'm thinking right now, either we tell her that it has to do with a witch because she might actually believe that, or we go with the ruler of the heart, which seems to be relevant for the current conversation. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion, a condition that may end in death. Suggests a mild imbalance of black bile. Balance of phlegm cannot be cured. Let's go with Leo and see where that leads. You chose Leo.
I am full sorry, madam, but the stars give heavy news. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion. Indeed, his heart may stop at any moment. He must avoid anything that might alarm or trouble his vital spirits. One shock could be enough to kill him.
Oh, woe, alas, poor Mr. Middleton. I thank you for your kind understanding, Dr. Forman, and for your discretion in this matter. I will at once to my family go and beseech them not to make me accept Mr. Middleton's proposal. God give you good day, Dr. Forman.
All right, well, she was happy at least, so we did the right thing. Clearly, that's what's important. Current Emma Sharp. The current did wish to know whether a man she wishes to marry only does suffer from any grave health conditions. I did advise the current that Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion, and then he could die at any moment. Methinks the current was pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. All right. 40 letters of recommendation from her. Perfect. I think what we are looking at here then is we need to reach 100 with her in order to receive a letter of recommendation for her, in which will then allow us to... We are trying to collect letters of recommendation. That's the overall plot of the game. They haven't really explained this yet. But once we have enough letters of recommendation, we are hoping to trade these in for a proper doctor's license to make our living off of going forward. And she says, "Whom was that handsome manservant I passed at the door? Mayhap one day I shall have a servant that cuts so fine a figure." A servant? Oh, not a lover? All right, I thought maybe we could seduce her. But, yeah. Let's see. This is not being sung, so I will read this out loud. Public notice. Beware. Is the man treating you a qualified licensed doctor? London has lately importuned by... Sorry, let me try that again. London has lately been importuned by low-born charlatans claiming the title of doctor. These men have never attended university and therefore cannot be trusted. Any man who is found practicing medicine without a medical license shall be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Dr. Richard Smith, President, College of Physicians. What a tool. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But we will leave him behind for now and end off this episode. As always, I'm Keejchen. Thank you for watching. There'll be daily updates of this game as I plow through it and get this whole thing recorded. I hope you all enjoyed it. See you tomorrow, and bye-bye.